There's an angst in me that won't go away. This feeling of dread when it comes to video games. Even the ones I like. A deep-rooted feeling, something screaming. Screaming that I'm making a mistake. That it's not going to be as good as I remember, or as anybody remembers. This cynicism in me that keeps screaming. Screaming, stop! It'll be bad. Well, this isn't one of those. What is Resident Evil Outbreak? Outbreak is a short game by Capcom that they released at full price. It's a game where you hunt around areas to find items that are scattered around. It chooses from a random set for you to play in, so puzzles could have different answers or items may be in different places than you remember. A game where you should play online over playing solo because bots don't shut up and they take the items. It also has the introduction of the virus gauge, a gauge that would be used in the sequel and none of the other games. Well, I guess Operation Raccoon City had something similar to that? Where you were infected and you would lose health and then turn into a zombie, but it didn't really mean anything because your team would just kill you and then pick you up. The game plays a lot like older Resident Evil Biohazard games, but you get pseudo-tank controls unlike the originals. Not only that, you get the weird aiming that all of them have. By hitting R1 or R2 to ready and circle to fire, you also move the directional buttons or analog stick to aim up or down, or shift yourself left to right while aiming. Characters may also have other moves, like hitting R1 and X to use a special maneuver. There are some strange bits with the controls, like hitting start brings up the inventory while triangle brings up the map. Something I personally wasn't used to. They work, as long as you're okay with the pseudo-tank controls. Your cast of characters are pretty wild. Each character has different stats and abilities they have for your use during your visit to Raccoon City. You get a cop, Kevin, who starts with a gun. His stats like speed, health, and melee damage are pretty high. His virus gauge rate is low as well. Pretty good for any beginner. He has a neat ability where he crits when he re-steadies his gun. You also got Mark, security guard, who also starts with a gun, but he's a lot slower than Kevin. He has more health, does more melee damage though. Pretty alright, till harder modes. You may have trouble getting away or outmaneuvering enemies. There's also Jim, who is also a really good character. He's pretty fast, and has this lucky coin that lets him crit. He also has this really great dodge move, but it increases his virus gauge when he hits the ground. The list goes on. Every character has their uses, some better than others, but it encourages multiple playthroughs, and with different team sets, online if you choose so. There are secret characters you can get from doing specific things, so you should keep an eye out for anything. Seriously, anything. Walking around mashing circle on everything like it's some sort of point-and-click adventure. As the secret items, they don't have a shiny indicator, so you know where they are. The whole game consists of 5 levels, but each character has some different event-specific things, like endings. So it does encourage some replayability.
Yeah.
Now that was a rush.
What? Fuck you, Kevin, weirdo.
What did he say?
Now that was a rush. You know how many people are dead, you fucking guy? That, rounded up with the seemingly random placement of items and different character stats and abilities, you get a game that is somewhat different every time you try to run a stage. What's the story like? Well, that's a
Good question.
So, let's get into that big boy talk. Spoilers. This'll just be spoilers for the main events of the game, and won't go into detail with backstory and whatnot, so if you want to experience the story yourself, skip this and go here. The whole game takes place in Raccoon City, before, during, and right before the nuke. First off, your survivors start off in a bar, getting drunk off their asses, I guess. Because Raccoon City is such a nice place to live. got rats in your bar, and cute girls. That's it. I don't know, Raccoon City.
His hair.
Eh?
It's the Zambinis.
If I saw some dude moaning and groaning like that, like at the front of the store, I'd be like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out of here.
It's the only exit.
Weird customer.
What a weird customer!
Hey, buddy, you thirsty?
What are you doing? Come on, what are you doing?
The way he says it.
Then you're off, sifting through garbage of the men's bathroom to find guns or finding pills on counters that you want to take. You can find notes giving a little more backstory on things, but nothing's really too story heavy. If the game were really dialogue heavy back then, it might not have worked out as an online game. You go through the bar that's somehow nightmarishly big, and the nearby apartment, and down to the streets below, meeting up with a cop who is now dead. But hey, he's nice enough to leave you a shotgun and hint how to blow up the zombies. Then you jump into the water and end up with some other survivors next to an inn. Gives you a lift for like 10 seconds, and then you're back on foot, right next to the...
Burger King footbridge.
Fucking suck my ass! I wasn't fucking ready for that. Cunt. You see some cops setting up a bomb, and you choose either to finish what they've done, or not. And that was scenario 1. Outbreak. So after surviving that ordeal, you somehow end up at some secret Umbrella lab because, I guess you wandered in? Beats me. You're then introduced to Monica, Umbrella Lab researcher. She apparently knows the tiny Japanese girl. Oh yeah, and the tiny Japanese girl apparently works for Umbrella. Monica takes her keycard and runs off. You and the group give chase. You go and have your puzzle survival adventure through the labs. Finally meeting Monica again. Passed out on the ground. Oh, I guess she's also dead now. You kill the chestburster, board the train, and leave Umbrella Labs. Not entirely sure why everybody was there. And that's scenario 2. Below freezing. The dark below. Below my ass.
Honk honk.
Bad habit of embellishing stories, but I don't need to do it this time. At present, Raccoon City is one giant freak show.
Okay.
Thanks.
Next we end up at Raccoon General Hospital. To take shelter, I get. Wait, why? Why? Who goes to take shelter in a zombie outbreak at a hospital? Are you guys dumb? Whatever. So you all wait in a room on the 3rd floor somehow. How did you get there? And the doctor walks in and he's all, wow, you guys are really fucking stupid for coming here. Why did you come here? You guys should leave if you're smart. I'm leaving. Bye. And the power is off and he can't get out through the elevator. Because fuck you, I guess. So the doctor goes to turn it on, and he's attacked by a mass of leeches, and becomes the Leech Man. Then you go do a bunch of stupid bullshit, as usual. But this time, the Leech Man follows you around to fuck you up. You bait him with some blood, and fuck off. Then somehow this hospital has a weird microwave room. And you microwave the leech man to take the doctor's key card. Your group finds a boat under the hospital and rides it to safety. Just kidding, there was a leech queen underneath, and now you have to kill it. Then you wade through shit water and leave the hospital. And that one's Scenario 3, The Hive. In Japan, it's called Den, but it's fine.
Now I wonder if the normal world ever even existed. Things are that strange. If I keep walking, can I awake from this dream?
The next mission has you back at the Applebee's Inn. At least those zombies are eating good in the neighborhood. Kill me. At this point you're thinking, this can't be chronological. Why would you go back to the Apple Inn? Is this a different group of survivors? Like, you know, there's 4 groups during this section, 4 groups during this one. And you just pick and choose? Or I don't know. Why are they back? Whatever. So a group of firefighters got blown up in the boiler room, and it set fire to the place. Haha, get it? Hellfire. You know, the name. Wow, cool. And now we're tasked with leaving. Ugh. Okay. So, we're gonna do our best in doing that. Bye, Rob.
Oh no!
Bye, Rob.
Fucking Bert got me.
The inn now has everyone's favorite BOW, the liquors. More silly puzzles ensue.
I thought you
Get
said
2
it was
keys,
easy.
turn on the power, make it to the lobby, and bam, your boss fight for the day. Kill the boss and that's it. Firefighter saves you.
Told us to take.
Finally.
That was close.
Hurry.
It's not just the hotel. The whole city is burning. You were lucky. Thanks. You too. We've been patrolling the
Thanks,
city,
you too.
trying to help those.
Alright, last chapter. Scenario. Chapter. Whatever. George's friend sends him a letter saying, "Please, I need help at the university." And the group sets off. They soon arrive and the place is coated in zombies. Coated as in, they respawn really, really fast after you kill them. You then find out George's friend, he's dead. But hey, good news, he was working on a cure for the T-virus. All you need are the parts for it. 3 parts, in fact. Time for more fetching. 2 of the parts are in 2 floors of the basements. You need to remember to get the sealed reagent container, or you're going to be really upset. Oh fuck, I left the P agent by what's his name because I thought the reagent would still be here. Fucking Christ. I have to go back up there. The 3rd part you get from the chariot from the House of the Dead before he put on the armor and turned into a weird green monster. Yes, I'm saying the Chariot. Is a buff black guy with a Speedo. Kills a bunch of Umbrella dudes and Nikolai shoots him with some blood steely thing and fucks off. That's where you come in. Time to get that blood steely thing from him. So you do that, or you let Kumon do it because you keep fucking up the timing. And you go to the 3rd floor and you put it all together. Nice! Well, no, because some fucko turns off the power to the machine and you're all... is this the villain of the story? And then he dies almost immediately. Nikolai then sets off some timed explosives, and you gotta get out of there.
No.
Farewell.
Nikolai does it again.
Almost.
You turn the power back on, grab that vaccine that you just mixed, and maybe even drink a little bit. You try to find a way out or spend a huge chunk of time trying and fuck it all up. You leave, and the place blows up, taking Kumon with it.
Yikes. You died.
What was that?
Is that what it said? Now you gotta get to the helicopter and leave. Too bad though, boss fight. Kill him. Okay, now the game's over.
You having fun there, mate?
No, this fight's awful.
You got this, man. I wish I hadn't died, but I did.
I won.
Cool.
I gunned him down.
At least you finished the game.
Hey, you contributed.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually finished the game. I saw the credits, and then it said front square. Is the boss about to come back? There he is. Fuck. Oh, nope, wait. Nope, second fight. For this second fight, you have 2 ways to kill him. Injector gun with Daybreak, or fucking... Oh my god, what am I doing? Now the game is over. And it's shown that after the credits that Umbrella has a little station on Raccoon City's remains for whatever reason. But hey, they have the money to afford an F-22, and that's good in my book. That's it. It wasn't even really spoilers, I just summed up the game. Where's the story hiding? Did they hide it in File 2? Is it there? Do I have to look at File 2? What are you hiding, File 2? A decent co-op game, albeit short, created well before its time, a game that let expert players teach newer players what to do, introducing things they might not have seen in previous runs. You can do that? What the hell? Till they increase the difficulty, and it's just a new ordeal. It's a really solid game, but it was back during a time when nobody really played online, especially on a PS2. Usually it was just the PC fat or some ex-boner playing games online. It lacked a substantial story mode, but it did add to the whole of Resident Evil. I like it, and I do encourage people to go out and try it. Hell, a few years ago, dedicated fans set up a fan server for the game, and to this day, it's still up. I'm not sure what I'm going to play next. Maybe File 2 and then finally get to those Operation Raccoon City recordings I have. Maybe another robot game. We'll see.